Yep.
We're up and running?
Yeah, we're good.
We're good here. We're good here. We're good there. Good. Keep that.
Hold on.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Tech Guy, Some Guy podcast. My name is Carlos, alongside with
Rod.
and
Omar.
And we're just a bunch of tech guys talking tech news, pop culture with random rants in between. This is a little bit of a different setup today. We're just trying something new.
This is in honor of the royal wedding.
That was his. He said that. That was
Yeah, it was his idea.
whatever.
I'm rolling. So.
Yeah, we're rolling with it, so whatever.
Yeah.
So I know this week we have a lot of Google stuff we got to talk about. Because damn.
We
The IO, right?
we had a lot to cover last week, so instead of trying to squeeze Google I/O stuff, like, we'll save
I'm kind of, you know what? I don't know much about a lot of this stuff.
About Google?
About a lot of the stuff that they're showing. Google, there's like one screen and I search for whatever I want. That's pretty much all I know. But it looks like there's a lot to talk about it.
Yeah.
Like he just showed the AI one.
the Duplex demo.
You want to talk about that first, or you want to talk about other stuff? Oh, actually.
Yeah, let's go right to it.
Let's start with Duplex.
All right, so there's this thing called Google Duplex that they announced, where it's just basically artificial intelligence that can make calls for you, but it sounds like a human being.
Oh, yeah.
I just saw the video right now, and damn, that's scary.
Oh, with making the hair salon appointment.
hair salon
with
appointment.
the ums and all that other shit.
Yo,
There's
that's-
actually another one with a dude, and it's like
It's creepy, dude.
war. It's more.
It's
you
really
sound
creepy,
like
dude.
people. You really sound like a person.
Yeah, it's creepy. The only thing I could think of is I know there's a lot of people who's like, yo, what about the AI concerns? Like, yeah, because if it starts thinking on that kind of level, you know what I mean?
Very true.
Now it's like, damn, they're actually giving a voice to the Terminator.
No, but is it an adaptive AI where like it learns you particularly, or is it just like an AI that has to
I don't think
be
it's
updated?
because I don't think it's trying to be you. It's literally
But
like
is it trying to learn
it's like
you?
a secretary. It's literally like a virtual assistant.
Secretary.
I'm
So-
calling on behalf of so.
So is that
I
a-
want to make an appointment?
You know what's funny though? Thinking about it, you know what would be good for that?
What's that?
For myself. So I could call people so I can have it call people to confirm their
Appointments?
photo shoot appointments.
Yeah.
You don't think your wife is a good enough assistant? I'm just kidding.
Damn.
Are you trying
she
to get me?
watches the
Time
show
out.
too.
Are you just trying to get me divorced?
I'm fucking.
Jesus.
Damn,
I
that
think
would
you're
be
trying.
short.
I think he's just like pushing.
No.
you.
I'm
One less
messing
thing
with
for
you.
my wife.
Yeah,
to
yeah,
take
because
care
it'll be just automated. Not automated, but easier thing. One less thing for her to do.
of. Right. 'Cause
No, that
that's-
would be good. That's pretty interesting. And then there's like there's still a lot they don't know about it.
Yeah, I'm sure
They
there's a lot
said
of bugs
they
to it.
will. I guess whoever's calling, whoever picks up, they will be alerted that it's a duplex call. Like this isn't like we fooled you. Like no, this is a AI automated call, not automated AI assisted call. So
You know, that'd be a hell of an app though, where it could tell you right away if it's a machine that's calling you, so that you can automatically block it. Because then the telemarketers will have no chance.
Yeah.
So anybody out there who wants to split the shares with me, develop the app, we'll go 50-50.
People
There
really
was
didn't split
there
shit
was
with you.
a story on Reddit last week that I read about a guy that didn't realize that he lives in Australia or something, and
That's why, because he's Australian.
well, Google, it's like Google Business. He got a call and he says it was a female voice, and it was like, "Hi, this is Google Business. I'm actually calling to see what are your current hours." And he basically stated the hours of the business. And she was like, "All right, thank you very much." Whatever, hung up, and then he spoke to his manager. He goes, "Oh yeah, some weird lady called asking for some weird things about what are our store hours and stuff like that." And he goes, "A lady called you." He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "You sure it was a lady?" And he goes, "It just hit him. The lady said this is Google Business. It was actually Google Business itself calling, automatically,
Like Skynet.
kind of like AI, basically it's saying, verifying that the hours of that business was right."
So somebody can go in there and later rob it.
Well,
Probably just for their.
and what's crazy
search
about it is that
results.
as soon as that happened, he actually went online, and the hours that he stated were automatically changed in the business page. It's gotten to that
Some
point where
Skynet shit, bro.
he
I
did
don't-
not
I don't
even
trust
realize. He was like, "I did not even realize I was talking to an AI." It's gotten to that level.
Yeah,
That's just scary, because motherfuckers are going to start programming AIs to tell you when you're not home so they can rob your ass.
Hey, they already figured out a way to break into a Tesla.
Yeah.
They already did that.
Oh, you think
I saw two robbers literally have the Tesla pull out the driveway.
Dude,
break into
so
it.
here's the thing.
Yeah.
If you have one of those pocket remotes, you just keep in your pocket, it goes off the
Yeah.
RFD.
RFD shit.
It's a signal, which is an open signal, not a
RFID,
secure
yeah,
signal.
it's everywhere.
So
They figured out how to hack it.
they literally within about 10 to 20 feet, they can clone that signal and then go to your car and
Keep
open
it
it
moving.
up and keep it
It
moving.
goes back to that story, man. With other technologies out there, there's somebody out
Yeah.
there
So-
that figures out how to hack it, man.
Yeah.
So
Every time.
Very true.
the fix for that is when you get home, because what they do is they go to your house, they see where your bedroom is, because people mostly leave their shit in the bedroom.
Yeah.
Clone it from there and walk onto your driveway and take your car. The thing is, when you get home, to drop it, it's almost like a RFD proof, like
Box?
little
Yeah,
box.
like a wallet or something.
And you
Like-
drop your, kind of like the wallets have.
Yeah.
You drop your keys there, so somebody tries to, they get no signal.
Yeah.
So that's where you have to go in the future now
That's
to protect
insane.
your shit, because
Yeah.
fuckers don't want to find jobs, assholes.
Technology.
Yeah, because with that knowledge, you should be working for Tesla. Like, all right, we need
Yeah.
to fix this.
With that knowledge, you can sit out in the parking lot, because I'm a criminal mind. Sit out in the parking lot, watch for that Range Rover to come in, follow that customer, clone it, walk right back out and take that car. That's right, America. Keep your eyes. So moving on.
I
If
have
you see
no
this guy in
comments.
parking lot, just don't park. there.
Yeah, seriously, man. Like,
I want to do it because I'm not that high tech or fancy, and I have kids. So I don't have time for that shit right now. But if I
Damn.
was
wait,
younger,
hold up.
Yeah, you
got
said
kids?
plural.
Plural?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
we
what
need
I-
to
we
discuss.
had
I got a
another one.
stepdaughter. I
I'm
got a
talking about me
stepdaughter.
getting myself in trouble.
Yeah.
How many kids you
He
got?
had
got a
8
stepdaughter and I
kids.
have my
He
daughter.
had
Oh,
kids.
okay. No.
Okay.
He corrected himself. He got a stepdaughter and a daughter.
So like kids, like plural, like.
Oh, look at you being all daddy-like. I'm
Anyways,
so proud of
this-
you.
The first car was steal this guy. It's just
Oh, no. I keep my technology old, bro. Good old-fashioned key. You got to insert it in. You can't replicate that.
Yeah. Those
Good
are-
luck.
Those are the easiest. No, I'm just kidding.
yeah.
Nowadays. But yeah, see, the funny thing about the way the technology is working, it's like, it really is creepy because it's opening a whole lot more doors and a whole lot of potential for other dumb stuff.
Yeah.
You know
know
what?
what I mean?
The number one security system for vehicles is right now
Mm.
getting a stick shift.
Oh yeah, stick shift.
Because motherfuckers
Nobody knows
don't
how to
know, and they don't teach you that in driving
Yeah.
school
No,
anymore.
they don't.
It's all automatic.
Anymore. Like, they never did. At least not when I went.
Yeah. So
Shit.
if you don't have a stick shift, guaranteed motherfucker will not rob you because they don't fucking know how to. Fucking
A lot
turn
of
a
people
car
don't
off.
know how to drive stick
Still
shift. That
break
is
in.
very true.
They can still break in,
Yeah,
but
they
they're
won't be
like,
able to go nowhere with
they
it.
ain't go nowhere.
Fuck up your clutch and leave it parked on the street.
Yeah.
Damn,
So
they should just-
that's if you want true security, get a manual. 90% of the chance you won't get
That was
robbed.
the napkins yesterday.
What's
Oh
that,
wow.
This was the napkins yesterday. I went to a wedding yesterday. It was absolutely
kids?
awesome.
Nice.
But the napkins stated, "Trust me, you can dance." Quoted by alcohol. It was
It's
great.
not truly yours. Alcohol.
So it says there's up to 6 voices, and John Legend is gonna be.
Yeah,
one
what's the
of
John
them.
Legend thing?
Well, that's something different. Like if you go to like you guys have Google Home devices. So you go to your Mini, your JBL, and your app. You used to have like 1 or 2 voices. Now you got 6 voices of
Oh really?
how you wanted to respond. So
Ooh.
you could be like some stern dude, some other ladies, and then John Legend is an option. I'm not sure if I
Oh.
want. I don't know who to want.
Kind of like,
I
kind of
like,
like.
the John Legend. Like how you,
I don't want to talk to John Legend.
I do.
No
John
offense, I
Legend's
love
a
his
nice
music,
guy.
but I don't want to talk to him.
I like
Virtually, I like talking. to him
remember
personally.
the app Waze? You guys use it? You ever use the Waze?
Yeah. They stopped doing
same
that,
thing.
though.
Yeah, same thing.
They stopped doing it.
Did they? That sucks because I actually only reason I had it was because there was a time where Jeremy Clarkson from Top Gear,
Yeah.
like the Top Gear guys,
Yeah.
they were the voices
For a long
for the
time,
directions. It was awesome.
Waze used to download or push alerts or change voices for like 60-day periods.
Wasn't
depending-
there a Star Wars
movie.
one?
There
There was a
Star
Star
Wars
Wars,
one, I
Kevin
think
Hart
Snoop
one.
Kevin
did
Hart
one.
did
Yeah,
it?
Kevin
I
Hart did
missed
a
that one.
couple. But they would do it because there was the Colonel from KFC was on there for a couple months.
Get the hell out of here.
It's because they were doing like advertising promotion.
That's a
Yeah,
great that's a great
it's like
advertisement for-
Snapchat.
You get it
it's
for
like
free.
a geo filter. Yeah.
You get it for free for like 30 days, 60 days, and then it just stays on. And then when a new one comes out, the old one gets pushed out and the new one gets installed.
Yep.
That's actually smart.
But they haven't done it in a
It's
year.
been a while.
It's been a while since they've done an update. Where
I
they
actually
pushed the
liked.
voice.
I
That
actually-
was fun. Though. That was fun.
It
I
was
liked
fun.
that.
See, hearing like the importance of
C3PO, that's who was on there.
Get the hell out of here.
C3PO.
that was awesome.
pretty
That sounds
cool.
awesome.
That's who it was.
See, see, but that's the thing. Like,
I don't
I
know why you're
wouldn't,
talking
but I
about
wouldn't
that.
mind hearing those voices. I don't know about
Yeah.
John Legend. I'm kind of with you. Like, why John Legend of all people? It's like,
I mean,
He has
that's
a
who,
sultry,
that's who he has to
soothing
deal
voice.
do you
with.
think that's what it would be? Like,
I mean,
make
I
a-
know
make a
they're
left
working with
here.
him.
Left here, yes.
Darling, you're home.
I know they're working with him. Like he shot whatever his latest music video. He shot it with all the Pixel 2
Oh, yeah?
phones, and
he's really
he's
got
in the
one hell of a
commercials.
deal.
Make Google do it and all that. Him and his wife. So I mean,
Oh,
it's,
yeah,
a, it's
yeah,
a
I
branding
see
thing.
Those are actually pretty good commercials. I like those.
They're great.
Yeah,
I
those are
mean,
good commercials.
that's what they do. That's why
Businessman.
fucking, Home Minis was selling like hotcakes.
Yeah, and not the fact that they were also like discounted really cheap, so people were buying them like that.
I mean,
Because during the
too.
holidays, they were for like $30 almost. They were
25.
yeah,
was the
some
lowest I've
places.
seen. I'm like,
So people were literally buying because I went to a party, like a company party,
yeah.
and the owner had literally
Company
like
party.
50.
Got a company?
No, but like my girls. So like the owner literally was giving out like the minis, like
not
Oh,
he
just
had
throwing
bought
in the
like
crowd.
they bought like 50 of them and kind of gave them out like randomly to people. I'm like, now because they were so cheap, and at the same time you could have gotten a Fire HD 8 for like $40 because Amazon was doing that sale too, and I got one for my mom and dad.
Yeah.
Dude, deals like that make great stocking stuffers, and so many people buy them that they make their money back. They don't take any loss
funny?
on that.
Hold on, one
No
was funny.
loss.
You mentioning that this past Christmas, one of our family members bought Google Fire HD 8s.
Yeah, they
It's
were
like
on sale
Google
too.
Fire.
Whatever it is.
You have to get locked up.
Damn, I completely Amazon Fire HD 8. No, they bought that for like all the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Great stuff.
It's like it was like 40, like you said, it was like $40. Give them to all the kids. It's a $40 tablet. Who cares?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
we really are like yo, who cares? Like so that's our daughter's tablet now.
Yeah, and it works. It's great. It has a great screen. It does everything. You can go online.
And they
I'll
stay
get
away
one
from
eventually.
my tablet.
Yeah,
Did you
they
pick
say-
up you get a Google Home that day
Did you get one?
at the party?
Did you get one at the party?
Oh, we did, but we gave it to somebody else because we already had. Well, what am I gonna do with two? That's
Solid.
a little small
Use them in
apartment.
different
Solid.
rooms.
Hustle
That's
man.
what
No, that's true.
I don't know about selling. Like, it's not much problem.
Yeah,
Like,
because
I'm like- I'm like,
it's not
sell
much
it, hustle
resale
man.
value to it, but there's this value to holding on to it. That's true about it.
makes sense.
That's
Yeah.
true.
All right, moving
I have
on. So
three,
John
so-
Legend soon on your phones and your
Different.
home devices. Okay, so talk to me about Android P.
What?
And the new
Android P.
it's a new OS, iOS or whatever.
Well,
mobile
all right.
OS.
So brief history for you guys.
Okay, go.
And for those who watching who may not know, I know most of you guys watching may actually know. So every version of Android has been going in alphabetical order, named after treat or so candy of sorts.
Except for
Kit
this
Kat,
Isn't it?
They reveal the
marshmallows.
P when the actual OS comes out.
one. No, right. But I'm talking about the O now. Is
Oreo,
Before that was they had Kit Kat one time. They had
nougat,
marshmallow,
marshmallow, honeycomb.
nougat, honey, yeah.
Then why is there an octopus on the thing? Do you know?
Well, octopus.
Oh, you have Oreo. Oh, that's the
That's just probably the Google
that's
thing
just
of the
like
day.
the Easter egg thing.
Oh,
You can
okay.
play with that thing.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's all that is.
Did you see it? You know what I'm talking about?
They always like that. The final versions or whatever. When you pop up, you see the O,
Here,
and then
let me
it
see- let me
goes
set it up.
octopus.
Oh wait, no, it's hold.
You broke your phone.
No, I didn't break my phone.
He broke it.
It's
He
a-
just got his phone. He broke it, I guess.
Hold on.
Stupid.
This is why Latinos can't have nice things because they break everything,
There you go.
literally. Oh,
Yeah.
It's an
Yeah.
octopus. That's why I was like, why is the
yeah.
It's like you know what that was? That was the when it was in beta, when you know what it was, that was the
That was
Easter
the
egg.
Easter
So they
egg.
like just not throw you off, and they just kept it.
yeah, they did a great job of keeping it.
So we don't know what it stands for. Probably peppermint.
You think peppermint?
It'll probably be.
I want something
peppermint.
more like powerful. Peppermint doesn't really.
Because
I want to see what their Z is.
Oh.
I'm like, good luck. What's gonna be their X?
yeah. Hey, like,
You know what I'm saying? Like
changed.
it's like, listen, guys. I know you guys are on a roll with that, but
Well, there might be candy we don't know about.
Yeah, they
Oh,
might
there's
do like
gonna be a candy we don't know
like
about.
Probably like some European shit. Nobody
Yeah.
can spell. So
yeah, they'd be like, we found one.
we found one. We only need one because next time we're doing numbers, and that's just gonna be easier.
You're gonna make me look at it for now.
So P peppermint. What else?
Well, yeah. So they did some changes. They added some different navigational things. You got notch support. So that means because
If
it's
you have a
already.
notch,
Hmm?
for those who have notches.
Well, that means the fact that you have notch support. That means a
More
lot
phones.
of Android phones are gonna have notches this year.
So you think Apple's fucking it up for everybody? Is what you're saying with the notch system?
I don't think it's Apple's fault. I think it's just people's reaction to Apple. It's the fault of companies' reactions to Apple.
Yeah, I don't know.
Remember all.
I mean, it's bullshit, but
But think of it like this.
I
Well,
wouldn't
remember all the
blame
crazy dumb
Apple.
stuff that Apple has been putting out and all the little craziness.
You mean like a HomePod?
Yeah, we don't talk about that. We really don't talk about that, bro. But yeah, now that's a perfect. There's a lot of Apple users who got a little bit of. There is some resentment. Perfect time for somebody else to come in and be
Come
like,
in,
"Hey
yeah,
guys,
for real.
come this way." Wait, for the record, there's 4 candies in the entire planet that start with the letter Z. We got Zagnut,
Oh, nuts.
Zots,
For the thoughts.
Zowers, and Zingy Zaps.
Oh, I like Ziggy Zaps. You know what? Go with Ziggy Zaps. Thank you for listening to us.
I had no idea.
Trying to help you guys out. I'm trying to help. I'm gonna go for X now.
All right, so it also
See,
says.
probably peppermint.
Yeah, that looks about right.
Oh, where'd you get that?
Huh?
Was that a phone?
Oh, I've been running Android P since announced it.
It's what he does, bro.
Public beta. It's pretty cool. So,
But that's not going to Samsung at all, is it?
it will, but it's
But
gonna be
with the
different.
Samsung
It's gonna
modified,
be
yeah.
different. That's why I like.
Is there a way of
And
making
the-
these like just Android, no Samsung? I know you know. You can tell us. We won't tell you guys.
There's probably a way you can root it. They used to once upon a time they had
Wait, what? What?
For
The
one-
Samsung? Not no more. Mine
for 1 year they had it was actually for 1 year they
Apple said you
had
can't either.
Google Edition Samsung phone and a Google Edition HTC phones, where it's pretty much hardware with stock Android. They didn't really sell well because that was back when Google's cameras weren't.
They suck. When they
They
suck.
were whatever. Now that would make more sense. So now you got little swiping gestures for the multitasking, so you can go through like that. Use that instead of a home button. You got this little dash, so you can just cycle through apps and stuff. I mean, that's pretty much the gist of it. But then you got like smart AI in the battery, so it learns what apps you use to utilize more power for that. There's a couple of things that's coming that's not right here at this public beta, but I'm digging it. I love it. It's not much different, but I like it.
So Google Photo adds new editing options, black and white options. What's that about?
Yeah, so you can take old colors. You can take old black and white photos, take pictures of them, and it'll add color to them.
Word?
Proper color.
Oh, nice.
That's really cool. I'm still waiting for the movie editing suite, which I saw like a while ago at a Google Photos event, and then last year I/O they announced object removal tool. I'm like, I know that's gonna take a while. Where they had like a picture of somebody of a kid playing like baseball, and they had like the gate in there, and the thing automatically removed the gate and kept the picture. I'm like,
Yeah,
Adobe does it.
Does it.
They have it for their photo, and they have it,
They've had it
for the movie.
They've had it for at least 4 or 5 years.
Yeah,
but the problem they're having is the fact that Adobe did it on these strong computers. Now you're talking about throwing that onto a cell phone. That's where the hard part is. But if they're able to do it,
you talking a lot of these fucking cell phones is 4 to 6 gigs of RAM and all that.
dude, it's insane now.
So the difference isn't
No, it's gotten to the point where
processing power is probably the difference because Snapdragon and Intel.
Right, that's it. But see, that's the funny thing about it. Like 5 years ago,
There was like
there was no way in
leaps
hell.
and bounds.
Yeah,
now
now
it's like that gap is getting closer and closer.
of course, even like I know something else we're gonna talk about later is gonna be like the red phone. Like imagine how that's gonna end up helping, like how much technology they probably threw into that thing.
We'll see.
You know
We
what I'm
still
saying?
know nothing about it.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about red in a minute.
Yeah, we'll get there.
But yeah, so like that's another one. Would I like to see it? Yeah, I think that'd be cool as hell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think it'll make a lot of social media types. I think they'll love that because they'll be able to fine tune their pictures even more.
Yeah, they'll be like, there's no such
Right
thing
off
as
the
bad
camera.
photos, unless it's blurry.
Well,
but
you ever seen like we're gonna go into a little bit of stupidity here. Remember, you ever heard of all this Kim Kardashian Instagram photo controversy things? Have you ever heard anything about that? You ever heard anything about
I
that?
don't follow it.
Okay,
Yeah,
I don't follow either. But as a photographer, I find it funny. What happens is that Kim Kardashian, whenever
She's fake. I know her body's like plastic surgery.
Well,
Photoshop.
she just re-upped on her ass.
She takes a picture, she gets it edited, and then they bring it back to her quick as hell. So what happens is when she posts it up, people spot the Photoshop. They're like, "Yo, you like blatantly spot it," and they're like, "Yo."
And that's her fault because that means that you're not on point.
Exactly.
They have to do such excessive
Yeah, you
Photoshop
need to hire
make
a
you
new
look good,
editor.
or you need to stop eating
See,
the
the-
ho-hos and the ding dongs at night. Hey,
I
I
didn't-
know
I didn't go
because
that far.
look, I do the same thing, so I know what she's going through.
But that's kind of where the situation is. The situation is like, listen, like the amount of technology is not helping her enough that she needs
Yeah.
to send stuff out. Now imagine she's able to do it on her cell phone direct, and it might even do a better job at it. You know, it's gonna be one less thing for her to worry about, so she'll be able to fine tune her social media savviness.
I don't know.
So it'll be more on
I
point.
still think she should have somebody take looks at it, another eye,
You think
professional
so?
eye, because she has so many things go for her. Like
Yeah.
she's like for you, when you have that much, when you have, I mean, she has an empire. Basically, let's be factual about it.
No, she has
You
an
have an
empire.
empire,
She has
you're
an
running
empire.
it. Like, those small little details will go past you because you're too busy on the bigger.
Right.
So actually, I think it'd be beneficial for her to stay the way she is, because then she have 3 or 4 eyes looking at it before she does. So when she gets out, she has to just post it and not have to worry about going through it.
And that's it.
Granted, the people who are doing her shit right now should get fired, or somebody else who's more
If you
detail
could
oriented
spot
should
it,
be
yeah,
hired.
because if you could spot it,
But
if people
that's
like
a
us
different
could spot it,
conversation.
that's where the issue is.
Then you need to fire
Right.
your
If
or your assistant, whatever the fuck
right.
doing that shit.
Now if you have
hire somebody else like me or Carlos,
right. now imagine this: if you have the technology right off your phone where it actually does it and it does it a much better job on its own,
Yeah.
it might just be one less thing
for somebody who doesn't have a crew, yes,
because that's
yes.
the thing. People who use Instagram as a career builders, because there are a lot of them. Anybody
yeah,
over
yeah.
100,000, at least around 100,000 followers, they have made businesses out of it. I
of
know a
course.
couple
Yeah,
of
yeah,
them.
of course.
One of my happier success stories that I know is like maybe about 3 or 4 years ago. I shot this one girl, just came to America. She wanted a couple pictures for like her portfolio. She wanted to do this, and she had big dreams. I want to make it big here. Went on Instagram, did a whole little makeup thing. She took the hell off. She's got like 120,000 followers now. That's her business. That's what she does for a living.
Yeah.
There you
I'm
go.
so proud of this girl. Carol Losada. I'm sorry, I gotta tag you. Proud of you, girl. And but it's so cool to see that she actually managed to take something that wasn't even a business model 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And now she turns it into a business. But she curates her page on point, and I'm pretty sure she does it herself. Her photo editing and anything like that, very, very good. You know what I mean? She's very precise to that point where she's using the cameras that she has available to her to make sure she fine tunes her social media presence perfectly, and she's very, very good at it. That's kind of the kind of stuff where you're able to turn technology and make it into a form of profit for you. You know, and that's what she managed to do. So with Google doing that, giving you the technology to make it even better, holy crap, you're gonna start seeing some crazy stuff on Instagram. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing. Like the thing with Instagram is like I love the fact that people are able to just take the technology that the companies are creating it, and the companies don't even realize what can be done with them. They're just giving you the product.
What's gonna really take off, and it's happening sooner than later, is when Instagram stories become virtual reality.
Oh yeah.
Oh, like a full AR story?
Yeah, because then you're gonna have all these influencers who are at concerts, who are at events.
Oh,
you're just gonna see the world.
yeah.
You're gonna be immersed in their world,
Like more so.
more so than now, and
Yeah.
that's gonna be
That'll be cool.
That's gonna be hot because right now people, the reason they follow is because they want to be in that world.
Right.
But you're only in that world by like 16:9 or
Yeah.
you know,
Just by
9 by
that
60,
image,
whatever
and
the
that's it, right.
aspect ratio they're using. But once they go virtual reality, or that is gonna be amazing, because then the way it's gonna happen is like you're gonna be able to see everything around them. They can experience with their experiences. So if they say, "Oh, what was that?" You can look over there. Oh, look, there's something else going on over there. That's gonna be compounded really quickly with ads by augmented reality, where people are gonna be like, "Oh, that's a nice jacket," and your Google phone in 10 years, you're gonna tap on that picture, that video, tap on that person's jacket, and be like, "Oh, this is like a Kenneth Cole
years,
jacket."
10.
Oh yeah.
And then that's the other
It's,
thing.
here's the
Way they
link. You can
moving.
get a discount. And
No.
this is what's gonna happen. This is what's gonna happen, because it's on that influencer's page. They're gonna have that program with whichever company, where they're gonna get a chunk of that money
Yeah.
because they buy it off
Yeah,
your
it's
feed.
all affiliates. That's,
affiliate
that's how
package.
people
That's
eat.
and that's gonna
That's what
change
I'm telling you.
everything.
The
Yeah,
business,
I get a little something from Amazon
There you
affiliate
go.
links.
So-
It's not much. But
Imagine the whole world being
Income.
an affiliate link.
See,
then.
and the other thing is that this is the funny part. What you said, like 10 years is a very easy
might have-
number.
yeah.
But here's the funny
Might
part.
happen
A lot
sooner.
of people have the mentality is like, what's going to happen in 5 years and 10 years? And in real life, it's much, much less. I remember, was it a year ago, a year and
2
a half
years
ago?
ago.
We were talking. We said this in a brief passing, but I don't know why it popped in my head when I saw it.
Because I said it.
No. Nice try. We talked about that scientists have created a polymer, a type of plastic that when it breaks, it self heals.
yes.
Yeah.
It exists now. Somebody made a polymer cell phone cover, like the laminate cover, that when it breaks, it self heals, and it's out there now. You could go to a store and buy it.
Nice.
And I was like, we were talking about this like about a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When they just figured it out, but they figured it out. They figured out how to process and how to make it, and found an application where they could actually use it and make it viable. and it's out there.
Yeah,
That was a year and a half.
There's tons of technologies that are out there that are so
Yeah, it doesn't make it.
fast looking, but they're not making it fast enough, or they're not getting the funding, or companies who have bigger money are buying the patents to keep it hush because
Yeah.
they don't want to. Because perfect example, this is like 5 years ago. They made solar panel windows where your whole clear window is a solar panel. That technology hasn't reached the market.
Yeah,
Guess why? Because if your whole house is solar panel windows, you don't need electricity.
Yep.
Imagine a skyscraper in New York City made out of solar panel
It'd be
windows.
completely off the grid.
The whole city would be completely off the grid.
Yeah.
And guess who loses money? Oil and electric companies.
Yeah, the fossil fuels ain't giving up
Hold
time
on.
to
They're
fight
not.
at
They're not.
all.
They're not giving that. And that's been since.
Here we
That's
go.
been. That's not even a
I
conspiracy
was trying to
theory.
figure out exactly what we was going to get into conspiracy theory.
That's
Go.
not even a conspiracy theory because
I know.
electric cars have been around since the 60s and the 70s.
Bro,
Yeah.
electric
Their
cars been around.
patents have been bought up by big water.
Well,
Why? Because and big oil.
What-
Because they don't want to lose the money.
You want to hear something funny?
That's why it took Tesla's forever to come out.
Here's a little bit of a history lesson for you.
I'm smarter than you, you know.
Not really. You just messed up at what you said. The first electric cars was actually in the 1900s.
There you go.
It was literally
further.
1900. Some of the earliest cars were electric, but the technology available back then, the oil and gasoline
It's cheaper.
combustion engines was more technologically advanced than batteries
Yeah.
because it didn't have
They couldn't retain it. They
the
couldn't charge it
infrastructure
fast.
wasn't there or
The
anything like
infrastructure
that.
was- yeah.
So because of that, gasoline engines took off, and that's really what took off. They tried to resurge it back in the 60s and stuff like that, and even in the
There was a
90s.
lot of companies. There was a
Oh,
lot of
like the
companies that were
World's
doing
Fair
it.
and all that
Was
stuff.
it
showing
the
stuff.
Ford EV1? I don't know if you remember here. I'm pretty sure. It was
No, the one
Ford.
I was talking about is reference to a guy in California who in the 1960s actually patented an electric engine for a car that he drove up and down the West Coast through California.
I believe it. There's a couple of them. There was matter of fact, there was a Mr. Rogers episode where he actually went to an electric car company. It looked like a giant golf cart. It was hilarious.
Wow.
There was one.
Where's the
there-
1970s?
There's one in the 70s that was advertising electric car companies, but it actually got sued because the whole thing was a scam.
Yeah, well, I don't know about the
Sounds
Mr.
about
Rogers
right.
one was,
I
but
mean, everybody can't be legit.
Right.
Yeah, everybody came in.
but the thing is that you know, technology is not to the point where gasoline engines are now the least technologically advanced and electric is.
Especially
And
in
now,
the situation we find ourselves.
right,
Yeah.
exactly. And nowadays, you know, the amount of electric technology that exists when it comes to vehicles,
Yeah.
it's amazing. It's
'Cause-
amazing. I've driven like almost every electric vehicle right now.
If everybody had like a small wind turbine in the areas that are windy, you don't need anything else. If you live by a river, like there's actually
Hydroelectric.
water
Hydroelectric.
hydroelectric, but that has never taken off in the U.S. Imagine the Passaic River, as shitty as it is, every couple of 100 yards have a small hydroelectric. The whole state of New Jersey, probably including further out, would be powered by the river that's already flowing naturally, which you don't have to touch.
Right.
Yeah, all you gotta do is go in there, add this thing.
That is thing.
That's the thing.
And run lines, and that's it.
Money.
Yeah.
That's
Greed,
it.
greed is keeping certain things from.
Yeah, for
flourishing.
being
Yeah.
universal.
The good thing is that technology leaps and bounds wise, it's getting there.
And we got-
Matter of fact, there was a news. England, the entire country of England.
They just had a wedding today too, by the way.
Yeah, by the way.
Yeah, Omar's been talking about it
Last
all morning.
week, I know you've been talking about it way more than us, man.
I woke up to it. I was like, I don't
No,
know.
you
Woke
last-
up like, yo, you watching the
I
wedding?
think
Like,
it was last week. The entire country of England went without the use of coal for energy
Oh,
for
for
55 hours. straight.
yeah. 'Cause
No
they
coal.
had
No coal was used for 55 hours. In a country the size of England, that's amazing.
and nothing failed. Everything went perfectly fine.
Yep.
So they know that it's already the possibility.
Right.
That
It's
it's,
viable.
And they're
It's
advancing.
it's been
more.
viable for years.
there's been viable for people to do it without skipping a beat. It's
Right.
just the money.
Right. It's not the money and technology because there's also reports showing that the use of electrical designs, battery designs, and everything is already becoming the cost of making them has actually been dropping exponentially.
Yeah, and they're more reliable.
Yeah,
Way more reliable. Like
thanks
10 years
Panasonic.
ago. Right. 10 years ago, the cost
They
to make
Tesla
batteries.
by the way.
The cost to make batteries and stuff like that was, let's say it was at 100%. Now it's about 50% of what it used to cost. It's going down. The
And
price is going down where it's starting to become economically viable to produce it en masse, which is exactly what we're looking for.
And the thing is that a lot of quality control for the battery companies didn't exist about 3 or 4 years ago. Where like if you wanted to buy
That's true.
a third-party battery for Canon, they would tell you don't because it's gonna blow up in your camera, and it would. It would literally blow up in your camera like the battery just did on the light. And so and it comes back on, and literally Well, what happened is your
That was a-
camera would catch on
That was
fire.
a perfect moment.
Yeah.
Camera would catch on fire. The internals would be shit. So
Yeah,
then
yeah.
people had this dreaded thing. No matter. Nowadays, the third party quality control of these batteries, one, they're good and not better than the originals because
Yeah.
they hold a longer charge
And
and
they're
have
cheaper.
better quality control, and they're a third cheaper or 2/3 depending on which one you go with, cheaper than the actual OEM batteries from the companies.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're to the point where batteries aren't really the issue. It's just having people being able to mass produce the technology without being hindered by like government lobbyists or
Right.
whatever.
Yeah,
to
we'll
just-
we'll see how it goes. I mean, but I think you can't stop
progress.
progress.
You can slow it down,
well, you
but
can
eventually it's gonna break
stifle
through.
it, but you only
You
can
can't
do it for
stop
so
it.
long.
That's
So
the
long,
thing. But
yeah.
like right now, since information is no longer controlled by
Knowledge is
masses,
free.
we're
The
able
elitists.
to see that, and
Yeah.
because of that, I think it's gonna be a good thing. Actually, you know what? Talking about that, I think you will enjoy that. I'm actually bringing this one up.
I will.
The net neutrality vote this past week. That's something that we definitely need to talk about.
Yes, we'll talk about it later because
Let's
We'll
we're
go back
almost done
on
with
track.
Google. We got like 2 more things,
Go.
and then we can.
so we
just-
go. Let's do Google Maps as AR.
Street View.
Explain that to me. Like so now I could
But do they
actually
already
like.
have that already though? Where you could like. Oh,
That's
this
what
is-
I was thinking. I was like, I saw
Oh
that, I
no,
was
they
like,
have virtual kind of like a somewhat virtual reality kind of mode where you can kind of go 360 down the roads and up the streets and it'll let you, right?
Yeah, but Street View where it's like you're walking and then it'll have like a big sign saying "Walk that way."
So it kind of guides you to where you.
Yeah, like AR style, not like just a.
So I can kind of hold it in front of me. She like, where
Yeah,
am
so
I
you can
going?
literally use your Street View to actually
to
navigate.
actually navigate.
Because Street View now is literally just a 360 thing.
Yeah,
You
and they can
actually
move up and down.
navigate with Street View.
Oh, so like, okay. So what you're saying is like, here's a scenario. So let's say I'm on Google Maps.
that's pretty
I'm
cool.
on Google Maps and I'm walking down the street and I'm like, damn, which way do I turn? I could literally go like this and say which way do I head, and an arrow will pop up saying go that way.
Yep.
Would that work out like a driving mode? Like as you're driving a road, kind of
That I'm not sure.
A blink like turn left in
I'd
500 feet.
I,
'Cause that
I would
worse that way.
imagine not, because I'd imagine if they were to do that, that would probably
Yeah, that would be.
eyes off the
distracting.
road. Even if you have one of those things,
Yeah.
But
they're probably gonna bring it to every other mode
But
of
I think-
transportation first.
I think that is the long game for that technology.
Yeah, that's
You know what I
what
mean? It's it definitely sounds like. Could you imagine? Wow. Could you imagine a GPS that instead of actually having a map and you see the arrow, it just is
You
a
see-
camera.
Yeah, you see.
And
what
you
it
just
is.
see like
It's
turn
an
right
overlay.
here.
It's an overlay.
It's an overlay.
Yeah, exactly.
That'll
But
be nuts.
we talked about this a couple episodes ago. Intel's working on those glasses that Google couldn't get done.
Oh,
Intel's
yeah,
actually
yeah.
doing it. Imagine you pair that with your Google AR. Like, all right,
Boom,
you're
put on your
driving.
glasses and
Oh.
drive?
Take this exit.
Oh, newsflash! Google is working with Intel to make some glasses too.
There you go.
Took them long enough. They already had a shot.
They had their shot. They fucked up. Let Intel
Timing
do
is
theirs.
everything. Sometimes you shoot your shot too early.
Yeah, we talked about that.
You
How
know
like
what? Yeah, they did shoot.
the first Uber
Hey,
actually didn't make it, but Uber
it's
actually
timing
made it. Yeah,
was
it's all
right.
about timing.
It's all about timing. It's all about timing.
Exactly, because Gateway had in-store computer stores before Apple did.
Yeah, but they had shit computers though.
They did have shit computers, and then it was a different model, but still, nobody wanted to go buy computers in store
Yeah.
2 couple years
Wait a
later.
minute. Time out. On a side note,
Gateway is
remember
one of
their cow boxes?
Yeah.
Dude, remember the cow symbol? I never got that.
Do you
What
know
the
why they use cows? Anybody?
Somebody look it up.
Somebody like burgers?
Somebody like
Go to the
burgers.
next one while I look that up. I want to. You know what? That just popped in my head.
Somebody was from Wisconsin.
Also,
So-
maps. They have the new coming with a new Explore tab, so you can explore different things. Like the way it's navigation, the UI on the maps, and then group sharing. So, say if you're out with you and a group of people, like, all right, we're gonna meet at this restaurant, or we gonna spend the day out. All right, you throw in your pots, like, all right, where we eating? Boom, boom, boom. You throw out the suggestions, all within Google Maps. So that's cool.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. Going out to Google Lenses. What the hell is Google Lenses? Like actual glass for a Google phone?
No, Google Lens is like you take a picture of something, and then you press the Google Lens button. You pull up all the information. You pull up where to buy it, what it is, blah blah blah, and all that other stuff. So that's getting a little bit more powerful, and it's going to come to more cameras, because right now it's literally only on the Pixel and I think on like
Wait,
iPhones.
side note. The reason why Gateway uses cow boxes is Gateway started in Iowa
Told you so we're
and
in the
based their
West.
business model on what that was doing. Their slogan at that time was "Computers from Iowa?" ? The cow pattern boxes drew attention, and they still do. It's based on the roots in rural Iowa, which is cow country. That's why.
They said still do. Gateway still exists.
I don't know.
They probably do.
Probably.
And very.
I wonder
But-
if they did it in Newark, it would have been a stripper country.
They
so like,
sold to Acer.
Holes
They sold to
on those
Acer for
boxes.
$710 million though. So
Ouch.
That's nothing, though.
7-10 mil.
I know.
They could easily got a couple $1 billion if they hanged in.
they-
again.
I don't
No,
think-
if they got out on time.
Yeah, I
If they got out on
store
time, they
model
could have
doing
went into
well.
billions.
If
All
it
right.
was, maybe.
Go.
So we got the Google Lenses. Let's talk about something that everybody likes. OnePlus at 6. It's
Yep.
here. It's kind of dope. What's that about? What do you mean dope?
It has
it's
a
good?
notch.
Oh, so it's not that dope.
He's like, no, you put it in there, bro. You tell us.
Nah, I
Sell
got
it to me.
Yeah.
We
so how
both
much
got.
better?
We both got S9s, bro.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
You want me to camera wise is untested, of course, because I
Of
don't
course.
have one, and nobody
Does it
knows.
have was it DNXO ratings or whatever that company is?
No, they don't have they'll never get DxO ratings, but their cameras are always pretty good though. Not like to the point, maybe not Samsung level, but I'm not sure about this one. This might be
Might
the
be the
one that catches
flagship.
up. So all right, you got a 6.2-inch AMOLED display, Snapdragon 845. You have the option of 6 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs of storage,
shit.
8 gigs of RAM, 120 gig, 8 gigs of storage, or 8 gigs of
Damn.
RAM, 250 gigs of storage.
It's like more than my laptop.
Running Android 8.1, Bluetooth 5.0, fingerprint reader on the rear, dual cameras with OIS, EIS, 16 megapixel selfie camera,
Damn.
3300 milliamp battery.
That's from damn.
Damn, bro. You're gonna be seeing pimples like motherfuckers.
starts at 529.
Damn.
That's always
Unlocked?
OnePlus. OnePlus always is like they
That
started
is-
like 500.
Shit, that's a good little phone though.
Want
those
to
specs?
hear a funny little side
But I
note?
think you can't buy. You asked about
Yeah.
the storage. You can't buy
Yeah.
the storage. Go
A
ahead.
funny little side note. I actually Google searched OnePlus 6, and obviously it came up for the phone, but it also put in its built-in calculator because I thought I was that. Google actually has a built-in calculator in their Google search. So if you
Oh,
put
that's
OnePlus
really
6, it actually busted out with the answer. Like so, it says 7. Like, I wasn't ready for that. I just had to bring that up. I'm like, why?
You know why? Because it's AI, so it knows that you didn't know the answer. So,
Dad. Oh,
so
that was
it
bad.
gave you the answer.
The AI was like, it must be a little 4-year-old asking this question. You guys are horrible.
Yeah, so it's that's the thing. OnePlus, they've always been giving you all the specs, all the things you would need at
That's a hell of a
at
price,
reasonable
though.
price.
Yeah,
all they phones start at like 5 something.
Because the
they
specs,
go up.
the second specs you read, that
Oh, 8 gigs of RAM, 120 gig storage. That's $579.
Yeah, but I'm saying like that right there is most people's computers.
Yeah.
Like
That-
literally
that-
most people's computers on
I'm
a
telling
phone.
you, man. The
They
phone
have great
technology
support.
Yeah,
is
it's
insane.
crazy.
Yeah, they have a crazy following too.
And
like-
is that like upgradable internal RAM? Like it has ST slots? Or
no, that's
Oh.
why they have multiple storage options.
Okay.
But,
There you go.
But for nowadays, 64 gigs.
Yeah, more
You
than
got
enough.
Google Photos
Yeah,
now.
yeah, you got
So
Google
that
Photos,
takes
yeah.
out
Oh, Google
all
Photos
that
is
other
life,
stuff.
man. I love Google Photos. Everything's in
Yeah,
there.
so 60 nowadays, if 64 gigs will hold you down.
Yeah.
At least until
Especially if you
upgrade.
like have like you bought the extra storage on Google, you're definitely good for like.
Oh
life.
yeah, the Google One thing. I forgot to put up.
Exactly.
All right.
Awesome.
So now we're going to Carlos's favorite topic: cinema cameras in phones. Red
All right, yeah, we need to
hydrogen
talk about that.
phone is coming to AT&T and Verizon this summer.
Red hydrogen.
For those who early adopters who last July
Who bought one for
bought
$1,200?
one for $1,200 from
Red
the Red
themselves.
website, it's gonna be unlocked,
It's
so
definitely
you can
going
use
to
it
be
anywhere in
a
the world.
lot cheaper.
The hydrogen though from AT&T and Verizon, it'll probably have some kind of subsidy.
Yeah, they I'd imagine they were not going to charge.
Did they talk about
They didn't think too much
They didn't
about
talk
prices
about
or anything like
shit.
that. Yeah,
Those
they
They
just,
still
specs,
don't
no
have
nothing.
specs. Nope.
No.
All
Well,
you know is a 5.7-inch display.
yeah,
With like some sort of real 3D type shit
yeah,
and
annoying.
modular
like
stuff.
3D, no
Like
glasses.
good
needed.
3D.
That's
So I'm
annoying.
like, why 3D? I
That's
don't know.
annoying me.
The other thing is that
Undo
today or on Saturday, AT&T is going to be holding a demonstration in a Hollywood studio in LA. And I'm sure by the evening you'll have video of what the phone actually
I
does.
The
hope
big-
so, unless it's embargo.
When next what?
This weekend, today.
Talking about today.
Today?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so then by next week we'll be able to talk about it in a little bit
Maybe.
more detail.
Yeah,
So
if-
there might be an
if-
embargo. Because
Yeah, there
remember,
might be an embargo.
MKBHD went and did a video.
Yeah.
He's like, it's
But then
dope,
again,
but
he
can
did
talk
the
nothing
video. He
about
did the video almost a month after it got announced,
Yeah.
and it's been almost because that was like last July.
Oh, yeah, I
so it's
remember
been
that video.
almost
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
year.
You still know nothing
See,
about
Yeah, we still know nothing
the
about the
problem
phone.
with it. The problem that I personally have with it is
3D.
not even the 3D thing. It's like,
The hologram?
listen, if and this is the thing I want people to look out for. It's a red cell phone. Anybody who would
It's actually black.
but stupid. But if anybody would be interested in this, would be people who are interested in its camera settings. If that's the case, they better have one hell of a camera setup. Because if they don't, if they tout a cell phone where like the internal storage is better than, or if there's other cameras better than that out there, then I'm like, then why would you call it a red? That's kind of an insult to the company.
But
it might actually bring it down.
Here's a devil's advocate to that.
Yeah.
The file footage on a red code, like red codec, is
Insane.
I mean, it has a compression.
It
So
really is
depending on
insane.
what the compressors are, you're either gonna have to have another port on there where you can directly connect to an external hard drive, kind of like the Blackmagic Pocket 4K.
Yeah.
Or you're gonna have to have built-in slots where you can throw in like a SD card or something.
Well, they're gonna have
Or it's gonna
modular
have
like
the internal,
add-ons where you can
which
snap things
that's
on.
Is that what they're
probably-
saying?
That's
Yeah,
gonna have to be the way it
between
works.
the screen and that's all we know about the phone. We
Yeah.
know what it looks like in the shadows.
Yes,
And that's it.
that's
Like
it.
this is what it looks like in the shadows. Like it's not
That's
a
it.
it's
So
not a
that-
pretty
yeah,
looking phone.
it's
It's,
not pretty
real
looking phone.
industrial.
It's very red looking.
yeah,
to say the
it-
least.
yeah.
It has the
Rather
same
like
fucking grips on the
magnesium
sides.
alloy kind of. Yeah, the grips on the side, the red logo. It's definitely you look at it, you're gonna know it's a red because the fucking red thing dot on the back. It's just. But like for it to actually have the quality that red is known for, it's
It don't
gonna
have to have that quality.
It doesn't have to.
It
'cause
just
it's
needs to be a
phone.
good camera.
It just needs to be a good
can't
camera.
be-
Yes.
It needs to be along the lines of the S9 and the Pixel. If it's anything below that,
Yeah, because
He fucked up.
talking about that, I did finally get a new phone this week. I got the S9 Plus. Holy crap, that camera is insane.
yeah,
Right?
I've been telling you.
You haven't
I've been
even
telling you
tried
for
it.
a
I
while.
know.
The
If you
G6
try it later-
I've been
I
telling you
know.
why the G6 is not like a good camera. Like the wide angle is great, but
Yeah.
as far as quality, like no.
Yeah, it was nuts. It was nuts. So,
So
yes.
and then red is also more. It's not a universally known. It's more for like
It's a
creative.
niche.
It's
Yeah.
more of a creative thing. Like
Yeah, it's
for people
niche.
who actually use to shoot videos. It's not like an everyday.
It's not a
prosumer.
consumer product.
No.
Yeah, not even
Well,
a prosumer. It's more
right.
gonna be
We'll
the
see,
pro
'cause-
level.
Right.
Like this is
Always
definitely
has
not
been.
even a prosumer. It's like a pro level
Right.
shit.
Always has been.
Yeah. So like, I don't see them going lower on their price. There's definitely have to be a lot of features for it to hold that. You're right, to hold the name red, because if not, it's gonna be like
You're
guys really suck.
watering down the brand. And
Exactly.
that's
Yeah.
that's the problem.
Yeah,
that it
yeah,
has.
and they can't do that. And
especially now that they released like the Monster, which is $80K just
Yeah.
to get it. So you can't water it down to make
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
so hopefully this phone don't hurt them.
And then we'll see.
We'll find out. We'll talk more about it. I think
You
we'll
know,
talk more about it next week.
Because
We actually could go buy
it's
it.
No.
not,
Yeah.
remember the Amazon Fire phone
Wow, I forgot about
They had
that.
a
that
Fire
had a
phone?
3D display too.
The Fire Phone. Remember the Fire Phone? Amazon Fire Phone? No?
Who's
Good.
the company that has the phone that has a dual screen that's coming out?
Which one?
Okay, that's okay.
That's
Because
another
one that came out years ago, Kyocera. The new one is doesn't matter. It's not
You like the
that one.
Kyocera, didn't you?
The old school kind of
Huh?
nice.
You like that Kyocera, didn't you?
It's all right. It was done better than whatever this new one is.
I think that's, yeah.
That's why I was like,
Goes
what are you
trying
guys
to
doing?
tell
You
you
had the
something.
better blueprint and y'all fucked it up.
There you go. Yeah, so there's that one. What else we got?
So now we're gonna hit the net neutrality. So Carlos touched on it a little bit. It did pass the Senate, but the thing is that in the Senate they were able to turn about 3 Republicans to get the vote. They're not gonna have the same easy. It's not gonna have the same easy go at it when it goes into the House of Representatives. On top of that, when it goes, because it still has to pass the House of Representatives, so then that means you have to give more than just 3 Republicans to turn vote or to go against their party, which I doubt it's gonna happen. If they miraculously do, and Republicans realize that selling the internet to subscribe to providers and having them fuck over the American people is not a good thing, because then the biggest hurdle will be once it goes into the president's desk, because he does not like to listen to what other people want. He likes to do things that he believes is right, and whether they're right or not. So even if Congress and Senate and the House says you need to,
Sign
Senate
this.
and the House says you need to sign this because we're behind this, he might not. He might veto it because he doesn't want his boy to look bad, because if his boys look bad, then he looks bad.
Yeah.
So it has a long battle. This is the first step, which means that net neutrality still stands and they can't do anything against it yet. But it's still a long, hard battle. Either way, even if it fails, the states are doing their own independent.
Yeah.
So even they're still fighting forward. Like New York, New Jersey.
Yeah, there's a couple
Ohio,
states that they're like, "Oh, screw
California.
you, we're doing it anyway."
Regardless of what happens, they're fighting for it. So those states are gonna have the neutrality regardless. The shame is not the whole U.S., but at least if this fails on the bigger level, the Congress level, the federal
On the
level,
country level, yeah.
the state will still be able to save us from that bullshit. So
Yeah.
there's to that. So there's hope. There's hope either way. And if you don't live in a state that has that, you might want to think about moving. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not my
Or
call.
just get a VPN in the other state.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, that works too.
Silly.
Batman coming to Arrowverse in next season's
Not
cross.
Batman.
Batwoman.
Oh,
Batwoman.
Can't
Batwoman.
read.
My bad. Batwoman.
Yo, R. Kelly can't read? What's
Uh,
that?
I
Damn.
can read, can he?
They said he can't.
You know, there's a boxer who can't read either. Mayweather. He can't read.
Yes. Wow.
What? You guys didn't know that? You guys didn't know that?
No, I knew that.
That was damn. Okay. Yeah, Batwoman's coming to Arrowverse.
In the crossover.
Here's a question.
So she's getting her own show?
No, I don't
No,
know. I
probably
don't think.
not.
I don't. If they
Not that
if
kind
they-
of crossover?
I don't think they're that far along. It'll just like basically this year's crossover will take place in Gotham City with Batwoman.
There you
It's-
go.
Wait, on the
It's-
show Gotham? Or
No.
no, okay.
It's
Gotham's-
big,
okay.
but it's like it's a big deal,
But not really.
but not really because a lot of people's like, who's Batwoman, and then other people like, cool. That's the only character that that the big wigs allow you to do. I'm rolling. Batwoman's actually a pretty interesting character.
Right. It's not Barbara Gordon. At least it might-
Batwoman.
Yeah, no, that's why it's not Barbara
Yeah,
Gordon.
it's Kane. I forgot
Yeah,
his first
something
name.
Kane.
Danny Kane.
No,
No,
not
not
Danny
Danny
Kane.
Yeah, LGBT Batwoman.
Yep.
She's kind of like a Red Hood a little bit. A
Little
little
bit.
hardcore.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm like,
Little
bro, she might as well be.
Thunder?
Who?
From Black Lady?
No. Like they probably kill people purposely. Like
Oh.
Thunder was doing it accidentally.
Yeah, I'm interested in it. I just want to see exactly how they're gonna do it because
Curious to see.
the problem, the interesting thing and the thing that makes people nervous is whenever there's a bat anything, the costume has to be on point.
Yeah.
The costume has to be
And the
on point.
voice has to be really deep like this.
Nah, it's a woman. They might
Well,
change
yeah,
it
because
up a little.
Batwoman, she didn't really have like a big persona outside her secret identity, so she just talk whatever.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So, I mean, picking back off the DC universe for a while. So, Gotham is on. It's coming to its last season next season. And they're
Yeah.
finally going to reveal
Got renewed.
the Joker character.
But meanwhile, Lucifer gets cut. I was mad as shit about that.
You like that show?
Yeah, I like.
You can put
Who else
that
got
at
cut?
the
There's a couple of them.
We'll
The Expanse
we'll
on
talk about
Sci-Fi
it
got
at
it.
the end. That's
it's on there.
on the wrap up. It's on the wrap up.
Yeah, I like Lucifer.
So,
but it's DC as well. That's what I'm like. You fuck.
so it ends with the current villain who is supposed to be Joker, but they don't say he's Joker.
Yeah.
And then
Jeremiah.
Batman donning the uniform for the first time, right? That's the rumors?
I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see because they said they might do a time jump from this season to next.
Oh, a couple
Because
years.
it's the
down
last
road.
season, so they're like going out with a bang. Since
Makes sense.
like if you never watched Gotham, it's like it's a very great Elseworlds tale. That's the best way to describe it.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. There you go.
It's really good.
You know what's funny? I had to tell you something. I actually did like make an effort to start watching them.
No, it's
Yeah,
good.
it's good.
Once you start,
It's good.
'cause a lot of people hold on to the lore and they're like, "Yo, what the fuck are they doing? They don't do that. They don't do that." Once you let that go, it's like this is still a really good show.
Yeah. But then you have to see the hard thing about that is that you can't let go of storylines,
Can't go too
comic
far.
books that you've already grown accustomed to.
I mean, shit, they just
you-
did No
See,
Man's.
yeah,
they
but-
just did No Man's Land with Kid Bruce Wayne, so it's like,
You know what?
There has to be boundaries.
But
that's all I'm
but
saying.
Yeah.
There has to be
this is the
boundaries.
thing. I mean, especially when it comes to like Elseworlds, like the fact that you brought it up. Elseworlds was like a DC side.
DC What If?
Yeah, it's a what
Like
if
Marvel had What If,
scenario.
DC
Yeah.
had
where,
Elseworlds.
where
That's
they
what it was.
basically say, "What if this happened? How would this story have
Except-
taken place?"
Like always, DC had the
one of
better
my-
stories.
Matter of fact, one of my favorite Elseworlds stories was Speeding Bullets. I don't know if you ever
Yes.
remember that. That's when it was
Superman landed in
Gotham.
In Gotham,
And it was actually
The
Batman's
Waynes.
parents who took him in. They never had Bruce, and they instead had Clark. Like
Yeah.
Superman beat Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
So Superman became an orphan the way
Yeah.
Batman did, except now it's Superman. It's insane. It's insane.
yeah, Elseworlds. Like I
'Cause
said,
it was at in that comic book, the death of his parents started his powers to manifest. And he actually used his heat vision to kill Joe Chill. Right? And that's when he realized he's powerful. So he became Batman with all this anger and rage, but with all the power to do whatever he wants with it. So instead of him becoming like a vigilante of the night, he became this like almost like a
God.
monster. Yeah, almost like a monster dressed up as a bat, like going and killing everybody. There was no remorse. It was insane. It was
Like I
good.
said,
Dude,
they,
that sounds really good.
if
I
you
wanna
go,
see that,
like
but
I
that
tell you,
concept,
DC has
I have it. I gotta
way
look
better
better.
stories. Like,
No, I want to see it as a movie.
like
But
not-
I'll read it too.
oh, Red Sun. You see,
Who's son?
you see Red? You read Red Sun?
Red Sun is when Superman landed in Russia,
During the Cold War.
communist Russia.
And during the Cold War,
That was
So,
good
these
too.
would be great.
There's a lot of.
I think I think that's on the. I think that's on the docket of DC animated movies. Like not now.
Yeah, their animated collection is definitely outstanding.
because they're doing
Their-
they're doing
Their
the
live
death,
action is a little.
because they're doing the
too
death of Superman with my Justice League.
Oh yeah.
You didn't see the trailer?
No, I
they got
haven't
Death
seen
of
it yet.
Superman animated trailer. So now they have Batman, Aquaman.
Okay.
They all get washed. Like yo,
You're
he
not the
just
Justice
got
League
here.
that
And
we
he was
just-
already injured and shit.
Yeah, it's bad. But yeah, there's the thing about Elseworlds is that they give you these scenarios that they cannot put into the regular comic book storyline.
Why not?
Yep.
It just
It has a one-off. They work. So
Yeah.
if you make it as a
But that's why
one-off
they're
movie,
one-
it
why.
works.
Well, yeah, as a movie, yeah.
There was
That might be something they
oh
might
god,
do.
what was the
They
name of
should
it?
because they need to find a way back into this fight because they're
Matter
good
of
as
fact, one of the
demolished by
biggest
fucking Marvel.
Elseworlds was Kingdom Come.
and that has to do with King Kong.
Kingdom Come was
My favorite. It's my favorite story.
Oh, what's that?
Kingdom Come, bro. That's
Is that
It's
LGBT Batman?
it's the future. I forget how many years in the future.
2099.
No, that's Marvel.
I know it's fucking.
And that actually sucked.
Yeah, I didn't like
Spider-Man was
2099.
good, and then they started doing
The X-Men
Yeah.
was not that good.
fucking
No, but
Spider-Man was
Punisher.
good. I did, yeah. I did
Wait,
like that.
you never read Kingdom Come?
No.
You need to read Kingdom Come.
That's
So bring him in. Let's
I
read it.
will.
That's
You
my
need to read
favorite.
Kingdom- I'm not even making
It's
a-
basically a future. I'll give you Cliff Notes without spoiling it.
Spoiler
So it's
for that,
basically the
okay.
No.
future of the DC universe.
The superheroes now have kids.
Yeah.
And the kids are brats.
Oh, so it's kind of like Watchmen.
No, way worse than that.
No, but you know how they had kids.
that
and they
level,
kinda, yeah.
but worse.
Darker.
Like motherfuckers is having play fights, throwing buses at people, injuring mass civilians, not giving a
It's
shit.
really and
that's
and a
daily
lot of-
life.
Right, and the older superheroes, the ones that we know of,
They retired. They said,
retired,
"Fuck
or left,
you."
or died, and stuff like that.
Superman left. He turned his back on humanity. He's like, word.
I would too. There's a
Y'all
bunch of
going-
assholes
No,
on
but
this
there's
planet.
There's a
but
reason
But the
why.
reason why was
Because there's a bunch of assholes on this planet.
Wait, you really need to read Kingdom Come because if there's ever a trilogy that needs to be transferred to film, that's it.
All right,
They
so
would- they
Matter of fact,
ruined
I
it.
know
That's
you,
why I
I
don't
know
want
you
to
like.
touch it.
I know you being a screenwriter, right? Would appreciate a story and how it could translate into film. This one comic book I want you to read because
Kingdom
if you
Come?
were ever
Kingdom
if
Come.
you were
It's my-
ever to
yeah.
read
All right.
a comic book that you'd be like, I wouldn't mind trying to write this and turning it into film, that's the one.
So you heard that. If anybody out there has signed copies of Kingdom Come,
I
buy
have it.
that-
I'll bring it next
Yeah,
week.
yeah.
No, but I want a signed copy. Send it over to us.
Signed copy. I want the signed copy.
Send them over to us. Hit the link below.
It's
and
all.
we'll get to it.
Is it Mark Wade wrote? Mark Wade wrote it.
Mark
Alex
Wade
Ross
wrote it.
painted
There
the
you
entire
go.
thing.
If you guys those
So
autographs,
it's-
send them over to us,
it's-
guys.
it's
I want to read them.
beautifully
Omar.
written and beautifully
Hands
painted.
down, one of the best.
You mean
comic
better
books
than the
that-
Justice League we got now?
Dude, there's a lot of storylines that one
good.
that no one stands on.
really
man.
good.
Yeah, it's really, we're gonna make it watch.
All right, so speaking
Yeah.
of DC Universe, Doom Patrol joins live action Titans, Swamp Thing, animated Young Justice League, Harley Quinn, all this on their DC Universe streaming service. Now, is this on TV or this is online?
This would be their own thing.
Okay.
Their own
They
TV.
haven't announced pricing. They're probably. I'm guessing they're gonna announce it at the way I'm hearing things. They're probably gonna announce pricing, availability at Comic-Con, and like Titans is something be available maybe like a month later.
So wait, this is sorry. Is this like an app? It's like a Hulu app, or
Yeah.
so it's
Yep.
gonna be an app on
Yep.
TV. Okay.
Yeah,
The only concern that I have with Doom Patrol being on Titans is are they gonna try? It sounds to me
To
that,
you.
that they're oversaturating that show without us seeing anything. There's no build up. You know, like how Arrow.
you said Doom Patrol on Titans.
Is that what it said?
Joins live action.
No, Doom Patrol is gonna have their own show.
They're gonna have
okay,
their
that
own
makes-
show.
ooh.
But
They're joining
but
Titans,
they're
all the
on
other.
Titans on one episode.
That's fine. I can
They're
live
on
with that.
Titans for one episode,
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes more
and it's
sense.
coming
to
like
me.
next year.
Okay,
Exactly,
thank you
yeah.
for the explanation because
Okay.
that makes more sense to me because what popped in my head was like, wow, you guys are really trying to go from like the Arrow to Arrowverse like that, and I have a problem with that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah,
want
yeah.
remember
put
how
your
like when
universe.
Arrow came out, it was like just the Arrow, and then just slowly building up, adding more and more
Yeah.
characters to it. I like that.
But it goes back to the point that he made. Like the DC is failing to make the movies that the comic book fans want to see. The animated series is not doing that. They're actually like hitting the nail right
Oh yeah,
dead
yeah,
on,
Yeah.
spot on. And I mean, part of the thing is that like Rod said earlier, for fans, when it comes to comic books, yes, the movies themselves are failing to follow the structure that we become accustomed to or we love so much. But as standalones, some of those movies work as standalones. That's why I'm saying, like, if they did those like Kingdom Come or those other world,
Kingdom Come would be a great.
If they did those as single standalones that had nothing to do with the whole structure of who Batman is or who Superman, because look how Logan turned out. Logan had nothing to do.
That's a great example. Yeah.
And if they were to do something like that,
but that
they
is
could kind of get back into the fight.
But that's after 10 years of
fucking up.
It's a fucked up universe, but it's still after 10 years of it. So.
But still, though, that's the perfect example we could use. Like if you if you break down the Marvel universe to like the Marvel universe at Disney and then the Marvel universe that Fox fucked up.
Right.
The only saving grace was when they said we're gonna make a standalone. It has nothing to do with the shitty life created false.
Well, that's what the Joker thing is supposed to be.
I'm honestly,
they need to do more of those
with Logan, and with Deadpool.
A little half and half.
Okay, I'm gonna bring
at
Deadpool
least to get the movies back up.
But here's an interesting.
You saw Deadpool 2 already?
No, not yet. I'm seeing it on Tuesday. But
I haven't seen it yet. But next week we'll probably announce.
But this is my
I
understanding.
forewarn you. I haven't seen it, but I know.
Everybody dies.
They you said what?
Everybody dies.
No.
They did an Infinity War with the trailer. Like some of that's misleading.
Good.
Go on.
I can live with that. But this is the thing about Logan. Logan is, if you look at it in the perspective of a comic book, it's a one shot.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? It really is an old man Logan. And the problem and not even a problem. The good thing about that is that it kind of says, let's stop looking at it with the history
of the
behind it.
Yeah.
Let's just look at this as a story by itself.
Exactly. And that's what DC needs to do to bring their life back into the comics.
I agree with what you just said. I do think that instead of DC trying to make this giant universe, they still could create the universe and just start throwing characters in there and just doing it almost like one shot.
And keep their boundaries for the comic book fans.
Because the thing is this is my perspective when it comes to Marvel and DC, because everyone's always going to talk about Marvel and DC. If you look at the Marvel universe, it's selling itself to 13-year-old teenagers, period.
Not really, because Marvel,
yeah,
I love it, and I'm not 13 years old.
No. But it's selling. It's creating a package built for.
Yeah, because it's everything's PG-13.
Right.
Yeah, it's a big pocket of everybody.
You get what I'm saying?
And what's kind of rough.
And what DC is trying to do in the cinematic universe is that we're trying to make
25 to 44.
Yeah, it's really trying to aim for a different market.
Yeah.
You know, so if you look at the DC universe, and this is just me trying to defend it just a little bit. I'm not saying that the movies are good. What I'm saying is that the movies are not built for the demographic that people are trying to view it as.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
And the part is because the comic books have a part to play with it, because they kept Superman alive for so long instead of trying to create who's going to be his successor.
Right.
Like he's going to live to be 200, but you have to start bringing in somebody younger to feed off the younger generation.
And they've tried to do it every couple of years. I remember the 1990 Superboy when he was all the rebellious.
Yeah. Well, he came in after the death.
Like there's a whole bunch of deaths. There was a black Superman.
Steel. He's actually still around, which is good. They kept they kept I think Eradicator.
Eradicator's still around too.
Oh, they're all still around.
Yeah. But see, but that's kind of like what the thing is. The interesting thing about it is that the way they're doing it is like, all right, you guys are aiming for a darker crowd, which is fine. But if you're gonna aim for a darker crowd, don't try to give us a PG story.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? That's
basically,
really what they need to do.
Yeah. If you're gonna go Watchmen, go full Watchmen.
Yes.
Don't
and what they did, like
don't PG a Watchmen.
Yeah. I mean, the blue penis was everywhere.
Yo, it's true.
It's true. Titties and blue penises everywhere.
They literally made the movie. It's like, yo, you know that had.
It was a Southpaw, bro. Let's just get over it. That Southpaw with the rape scene. They had a rape scene in there.
Yo, that was. Damn well that was brought up in the conference room. They're like, what are we gonna do with the blue penis?
Like,
and
make
somebody
it bigger.
was like, we're gonna make it huge.
Leave it out. Like,
somebody was like, we're gonna make it respectable. That's really.
We don't want to make everybody feel uncomfortable, so we'll make it average.
But see, that's but see, that's kind of the direction that they went with. You kind of get what I'm saying? It's like, listen,
and that's good because the crowd who grew up on that and at that age.
Personally speaking, to this day, I still think Watchmen is probably one of the better.
I loved Watchmen. I'm sad that it didn't go longer, that it expanded, but still, I loved it.
I think I'm very happy where it's at. I think I'm happy what they did with it, and it shows that a really R-rated superhero movie is possible without trying to dumb it down.
Yeah.
Because the thing with Deadpool is that it is an R-rated movie. It is an R-rated superhero
And it's
movie,
not really dumbed down, but it's comical. Like
Yes.
it's made more into
Yeah.
like in a
Right.
funny
Yeah.
way.
Right. But it's possible to do a good, dramatic,
Yes.
R-rated superhero movie
yes,
and done right.
definitely.
That's why I think that DC needs to try to go more that route than anything. Because
Yeah.
listen, I know you guys try to throw a couple jokes here and there and try to make it lighthearted, but dude, in the end,
In the
Superman
end.
got a hole in his
Yeah.
chest.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that like you can't kind of juggle both because then you'll be like, oh, it's lighthearted and fun. There's a hole in his chest.
And that's why I like Krypton, the show, because the way it's set up is like the time verse is jumping back and forth, and whatever
They're doing a good job with it.
it's changing. So you don't have to stay connected to what happens in the
Right.
future or what's gonna happen in the past because they don't know. Because as events are happening, things in the future might change. So it might create a different
Yeah.
universe than we're used to.
Yeah, so-
it leaves it open for all that.
So on that note, what I'm gonna end up doing is I think please remind me next week.
I'll
I'm
remind
gonna
you
come with Kingdom Come. I definitely want you to read it.
I still got to buy mine.
Buy it. It's definitely worth a buy. It's
That's
definitely
worth a
worth a
buy.
buy.
It's worth.
It's
yeah.
worth a buy.
Easy
Just
buy.
for the artwork alone, it's worth a buy.
Yeah, it's worth a buy.
The artwork is amazing.
So
So
it's trade paperback. I think it's like 4 issues they put
yeah,
together.
it's good. It's good.
All right. So moving on, we're gonna talk about YouTube Premium, YouTube Music,
Why?
because
No,
it's-
that's really my answer to that. Like, why would you split it?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Well, that's the thing. They're not split. A lot of people don't know. There's a YouTube Music that what we talked about before. There's a YouTube Music that exists. The purpose of it,
Nobody uses it.
nobody knows why. Like, why does it exist? It's not a paid service. It's just YouTube Music. It might be a paid service. Nobody cares. Nobody uses
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
So this is their efforts to try to
monetize more
and then
and give less.
I don't understand the music premium because I'm like I
Yeah.
understand what they're trying to do, but I'm like you got play music, even though sometimes Google and YouTube act like they're together but yet separate. It's some bullshit.
Yeah.
They have that. I'm not sure what the YouTube Music Premium will
I
do.
mean, it would almost make sense that should be part of the premium package. Like, you know, if you
Yeah,
get
why
YouTube
is it-
Premium, it comes with YouTube,
Yeah.
Red, and music.
Yeah.
Like, it should be like the hierarchy should be YouTube Premium, and underneath the umbrella is YouTube Red, YouTube Music. As part of that, unlimited, ad-free kind of verse.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Yeah,
gonna.
'cause they're charging $12 for
Yeah, that's a
YouTube
lot.
Premium. Like,
Yeah, here
Red
I'm gonna bring
doesn't have that much
bring something
content.
up. I don't talk about it too much.
It's personal.
No, it's not personal at all. Actually, I just don't talk about it. There's one of the big internet channels that I watch and that I am a fan of is Rooster Teeth. I don't know if you guys ever heard
Yeah,
of
you
it.
told me
I
about
thought you were
I
gonna say
talked to you
Pornhub.
about
or
it.
something
all
like
time.
that.
Yeah.
You've ever
Yeah.
Okay.
Halos. Yeah. I remember those guys.
Rooster Teeth is an internet production company. They started big with the original Red versus Blue
Halo
machinima,
games, yeah.
the Halo game animations. They're the ones that basically really made it popular. Like
It was
that.
pretty. That shit was
To this
pretty
day, they're
funny,
still
I don't
doing
know
it. This is like on season 18.
oh, I
They're
didn't know
still
they were still going.
Yeah.
to this day.
But
But
one of their founders died.
yeah.
a couple years ago.
Yeah,
sad. I think he had some kind of was it the disease or something?
no. He
What was
died
it?
through a complication of surgery.
Ugh.
He was he basically something. I think he was allergic to like the anesthesia or something.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it was something really bad. But he was actually the creator of Ruby. I don't know if you know Ruby. It's an anime. It's a CGI anime web series that really took off. Like, I'm a fan of it. I've watched all seasons. It's actually a pretty good show. But the thing about what they did is they started out with Red vs. Blue. Then they created basically a company around it.
Yeah.
And the company became Rooster Teeth. Rooster Teeth is an entire web series production company where they have a whole bunch of different shows, podcasts, game shows, everything under the
and
sun.
they're under like one of those bigger umbrellas, like one of those MC.
They just
or
got
something
they
like
got bought out maybe about 2 or 3 years ago by another production company, Rooster Teeth, but they
Yeah.
kept the entire team.
Because you know what's happening is there's a subsidy of Disney that actually owns like a
Yes.
higher channel.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then they buy the smaller companies and they keep them because out of those they're trying to develop films, movies, and
Yes,
scripts.
and that's exactly what basically started
Exactly,
happening. Because
okay.
what started happening is that with the influx of this new company bringing money into it, they were able to expand with more and more production.
Man, that's good.
Because a lot of the stuff that they had was like
Small stuff.
small
Yeah, I
just
remember.
podcasts, little stuff where they just get everybody and they just talk. Which is I'm a fan of the Rooster Teeth podcast.
Yeah.
They just talk for an hour and a half. Basically, what we do, just have fun with it. That's all it
Yeah.
really is. But the with more money, they started making more TV shows and everything. They just signed a deal with the creator of what's one of the big shows right now. Oh,
Like TV or on
yeah,
YouTube?
I think Big Bang Theory.
Okay.
I think the creator of The Big Bang Theory signed a creative web series deal for a short 8-series run that's going through Rooster Teeth next year. You understand what I'm saying? Like they've gotten to that point.
That's big.
Where but they also but Rooster Teeth's website is a pay they call it
As a paywall.
first. Yeah, there's a paywall. So
Okay.
like $5 a month, but you get to watch all
Everything,
of it.
yeah.
But if you don't watch everything, you have like a week or 2 weeks after it comes out on their website, it goes on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So it's called Rooster Teeth First. So if you sign up with them,
Okay,
you
kind of
go-
like a Patreon where you get
Exactly.
Yeah, you get to take it beforehand.
Exactly.
You get that exclusive.
Now here's the interesting. Here's why I brought them up.
You want to do that with this channel?
No,
Oh.
the way they
do,
set up
so.
the way well at the moment
At the moment.
the way they set up their project, the way they set everything up, is what YouTube is trying to do from the jump with this YouTube Premium thing. It's like we're creating all this content. Look at it. It's like no, you really got to build a fan base first. Then that's kind of where the concern is. Rooster Teeth did it for 15 years. And and they have a fan base where they just regularly people pay just so they could be the first ones to watch it.
Yeah.
YouTube doesn't have that, and that's the problem
Yeah.
that I think that YouTube has with this premium and music is because guys, we know you guys do YouTube, but I could watch a million videos. Why are you gonna ask me to pay you so I could watch some other videos when I could watch something else?
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially when with
'Cause
like
it-
YouTube Red, they don't really have
Content.
tons of content, but other than Cobra Kai,
Yeah, but I mean, they
what
have
else do
tons.
you
They
watch?
have tons of like creator content, like creators who have signed deals to
Yeah,
like do exclusive
that-
things just for Red.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
but they
doesn't-
don't have like
Rooster Teeth is one of
Netflix
them.
like
They have
productions.
Laser Team movie.
Oh, really?
Laser Team or one of their movies is on YouTube Red.
Oh,
Yeah,
there you
but
go.
they don't have like huge like
Something that
series, like,
universal.
Netflix is coming out with like a series and a movie every week or every couple of
Yeah.
days,
Right.
like for like production.
Right.
Like that's why Netflix is charging as much and doing as much as they are. Like if you're gonna charge that much or more than Netflix or Hulu, and not give me the same amount of content coming out at that fast pace.
Right.
I mean, yeah, granted, everyday blogging is fine, but everyday blogging is just basically you following a person. Like some people want stories. They
Of
want
course.
they want the development.
Of
They
course.
want the web that leads from this character to this character
Yep.
to the finale.
Of
They
course.
want that. And if you don't have enough of that content, people are gonna be like, "You want me to pay you $11 for that plus another $9 for the music?"
Exactly.
They want
You should've just-
$12 for
You
it.
should just compacted both. Say like,
Right.
look, this is eventually gonna help further this down the road. But
Right,
at this
exactly.
point right now, with like Pandora and Spotify, Apple Music, Google Music,
There's way too much out there.
there's way too much out there to justify paying you separate for music and
Right.
the content you have now. Which most of it I can watch online
Right.
and just watch, sit there,
Like-
wait
like-
till a 30-second ad. And
Like
go on to the
music
next.
wise, myself, I have a Pandora channel, a free Pandora that I've been curating for like 8 years now.
Yeah,
it's
since
awesome
Pandora, I
channel.
have my own. and
That's
it's
that
like,
one. When it comes to like, I want to listen to something specifically, I have Amazon Prime and Google Play,
Yeah.
and that's really the main three when it comes to music. Video wise, I have my Amazon Prime, I have Netflix, and I have YouTube.
Yeah.
I really don't need much more.
And like
than
me, because of my car, I have Sirius XM and I have
that. Right? Okay.
all the channels. So
Right.
like now that I have that, between that and Pandora and
What
my
do you need?
YouTube and
What do
my
you really
Apple
need?
Music,
Yeah. What do you really need?
Do you have
Exactly.
Apple Music?
what do I do? Well, from like iTunes, I have my iTunes.
Oh, okay.
So like I
Remember,
have my
I
whole.
was like, you pay for Apple
Remember, he was
I
in the
don't
Apple
pay
universe
it.
for a while.
I don't pay for it.
No,
But
no,
have
I
my
know.
whole
No, I know.
catalog
I
that
Right,
I
right.
buy my
yeah,
music
that I
from.
know.
So like with all that, I don't really need.
You don't need anything.
you don't really
exactly.
need
So
anything.
it's like it's like
all the new shit I can get,
I
all
think-
the old shit I can get.
right. I
Yeah.
think YouTube, if they want to create a content that we're willing to pay for, they have to first start with content that we would just want to watch. in
Want to
general.
watch or just want to
Like
listen
it's
to?
like
Yeah.
like you kind of get what I'm saying. You have to give us content that would be like, I want to watch this.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, wow, we're going to give you something else. Wow, I want to watch that. Wow, I'm going to give you something else. Guys, we're introducing this new thing called YouTube Premium where you could actually watch it
Yeah.
in advance of anybody else. Then you're going to want to pay it. But
Yeah.
if you come to me from the jump, I'm not going to want to pay it.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I'm like, pay for what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then jumping on the big thing they had now, Cobra Kai. Everybody's like, it's getting rave reviews. You've
Yep.
seen, we can watch the first 2 episodes for free on YouTube. They'll let you, and then after that, you have to have
YouTube Red.
or Premium, whatever it is now. But it's getting rave reviews because it is something nostalgic, something people can connect with. And even if you haven't seen the original,
It's a good story too.
it's still a good story.
There you go.
You know, and from a different perspective. So, and that's developed to the point where people can follow a show like that. Like, if that's the kind of content they can push out, then yes, they'll get the subscribers.
But
But you
you
have to
just got
show us so you
one.
can do more than just
Yeah,
that.
you got one. I
Like,
mean,
right now you have one, and it's a home run. If you can stack up an actual win in the game, then we'll prescribe to come back and watch more games.
Yep.
But
Right.
if you haven't, like, So, but for everybody who doesn't know, go check out Cobra Kai. You saw your
I
verdict.
saw like maybe I saw like a handful. I didn't see them all. It was really good. I had a chance to finish. They already got greenlit for season 2.
Yeah,
There you go.
Yeah.
See, but so I mean, that's kind of like what the point is for me is like, listen, I understand what you guys are trying to do, but I think the way they're going about it is wrong.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
agree.
They're not creating like I'm a fan of YouTube, but I'm not paying for it. So if you want me to pay for it, make me have a reason that make me want to pay for it.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's what the problem is. So sorry, YouTube is not gonna happen for me, bro.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So going on from that, now that we're talking about shows, this year has
cancellation
been,
week?
This has been like this year I think is one of the largest cancellations of TV shows in network history.
Yeah.
They
History
literally,
is a lot.
There's a lot.
they literally went like,
and a lot of people are
ham.
pissed.
A lot of people are pissed. Some of them got saved, like everybody's cult favorite, which was Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
within 24 hours, the
NB
fan base was so huge that
NBC was like,
is gonna take it.
because they already syndicated. So
Yeah, so
I'm
and
like,
they're
why
already
is that
making money, and
canceled?
it's a funny show, honestly.
Right.
No, it's funny.
So it's-
Brooklyn Nine-Nine got saved. The big one for the sci-fi guys was The Expanse.
Yep,
I've never seen it. It's good.
I heard it's good.
The story is very Battlestar Galactica, kind of like it's a whole universe-wide thing.
Yeah.
But the problem with The Expanse is that there was so many cancellations that The Expanse was put on the back burner. People really didn't know it got canceled till like 2 days after they announced it, because there was like Brooklyn Nine-Nine was like the big, oh my god, kind
Yeah.
of thing where people lost their shit.
They literally lost their shit. Yeah.
But because of that, everyone failed to notice everything else.
Yeah.
So then it appeared on Reddit. It was like, guys, I don't know if you guys noticed, but The Expanse got canceled too.
that was a
Who
sci-fi,
lost their
right?
damn minds? Yeah, it's a sci-fi one. And people lost their minds. And it looks like now people are fighting for sci-fi for The Expanse. I don't know if it's going to get picked up anywhere else.
It's
Most
sad
likely it's
because
not.
Expanse found its home in sci-fi because nobody else would pick it up.
Yeah,
You know what
So,
pisses me off, man?
that's kinda sad thing.
The thing that pisses me off more than
There should be another
anything-
sci-fi channel.
No, it's
Oh, okay.
it's a perfect example of it's me remembering the show Firefly.
That
Yeah.
was a good show.
If you seen Firefly,
I
It's-
saw the movie. I
it's
didn't see the
13
show.
episodes. One season got canceled at the end of that season, but the writing and the whole storyline and it was written so well
Yeah.
that when it got canceled, people got pissed. That to this day, there's still like a fan verse.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Off
You
of
know what I
one
mean?
season and
It's
a movie.
off
I
of
saw the
one
movie.
season and one movie.
Yeah,
And there's a whole Nathan Fillion, he's the fucking man, and he's in everything he's on. People like the fans follow him. It's
yeah.
insane.
He was Castle. He's in a new
Yeah, he
ABC
was
show
a
called
Castle.
The
The
Rookie.
rookie. I saw the trailer for that.
He's
That's interesting.
I didn't see the trailer. He's the voice of every Green Lantern and every animated
People forget
Justice
about
League
that.
movie.
The
That's
guy-
him.
He got his butt kicked by Groot in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like Joss
Yeah,
Whedon,
he
Joss
was
Whedon
the
tries to put him on
blue-
everything.
He was the blue guy.
Yeah, he was that blue
in the
guy
first
that
one.
Groot puts his arm up his nose or something.
Yeah.
It was
Oh
that.
yeah.
Yeah, that was Nathan Fillion.
Yeah.
Like Joss Whedon and Nathan Fillion have like they kind of started together on Firefly.
Yeah.
So Joss Whedon tries to put him on everything just
Nice.
because you're people's. Like there's like one of those things.
I mean,
So
Guardians of James Gunn, but
yeah, it would have been better if he was son.
yeah. But
yeah.
I was upset about Lucifer because it was crazy. Because
Lucifer was yours. You were.
I
a
like
fan of that.
Lucifer. It's like something I watched. It's based off of Vertigo, DC Vertigo comic
Yep.
book.
You're like,
It's
how could you?
it's a very layered, interesting show underneath an atypical Fox cop show.
And Fox has a lot of those shows.
Hey, right there.
Speaking of which,
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Lethal Weapon,
Lethal Weapon. Yeah. That,
which
They canceled Lethal Weapon.
they
they
didn't
canceled
cancel
it,
They
and then they
Oh, did they
decided
fire
not
it?
They
to-
didn't cancel it.
They
They-
almost
they-
they were gonna cancel it, but then they decided instead of canceling it
They
to
re-
keep it one season, fire the lead actor
fired
playing the
Riggs.
Mel Gibson role.
I mean, Rick. They fired
Riggs.
the guy who played Riggs.
and
'cause
they're
he
bringing in
was
one of
wild
my
on
favorite
set.
actors. He's super funny, but he also has real serious roles.
Oh, Sean William
Sean
Scott
William
is
Scott.
replacing him. Like,
Yeah, he's gonna play.
I'm looking
Riggs.
forward to that.
Oh yeah, and if you guys don't know, there was a huge controversy because this guy was apparently a dick.
Yeah,
Like,
Damon
he-
Wayne showing off like marks he got.
Yeah,
back in
so
like,
one
what the fuck
episode-
is
so-
this guy doing?
Crawford had made a big stick a couple during the first season because he felt that some of the safety was rushed
Right.
and he didn't want to get injured. So fast forward to the future of the second season, he's directed an episode in which Wayne's didn't feel like the safety was good and Crawford would just suck it up and do it. And David Wayne ended up getting a piece of shrapnel, small piece of
Right.
shrapnel from an explosion, kind of
Yeah,
grazed the
in
back
the
of his
back
neck
of
and
the
get him a scar. And then he went, which is rightfully like you're gonna bitch about safety for you, but when it comes to other people, you're just gonna say suck it
Yeah.
up because you're directing it. So he didn't have any fans really support or no crew support because he was apparently
An ass.
not even an ass. He
So
made
he's
asses look
they
good.
quote-
so-
They labeled him an emotional terrorist.
and it's
What the fuck is
it's
that?
very hard for actors to get verbally and written reprimand on any set, and he managed to do that.
He said,
And
congratulations.
not only that, he was also managed to get himself sent to anger management at the same time,
Damn.
which very few actors get that because
Right.
after a certain limit, you're
They
gone.
just cut you. Yeah.
Right.
And so now they decided instead of canceling the show, they're gonna start it again, new face, not start again, continue.
Just
with
recast.
the new recast, and no longer this guy.
There you go. Let it be.
Let it be.
That's what happens, man.
So-
Good luck with them. Good luck with that show. You know?
Yeah, definitely. I was glad to see David Wayne's back in something because I
He's
always
great.
loved that. Yeah.
He's great and everything.
Yeah, he's good at what he does.
And then one final thing about Lucifer. Tom Welling did an amazing job.
He was
this
Lucifer,
season.
right?
He was.
Huh?
He was Lucifer, right? He was the guy that played Lucifer.
No,
The-
that's Tom Ellis. He played Kane this season.
You're like, great job. Damn it, I
He
wish there
played
was more.
Kane from Kane and Abel.
Yeah.
He was marked to basically he's been immortal all this time.
Wow.
He can't die. So
Gotcha.
they had a wild storyline for him. He had a little redemption arc.
And it's completely done. Like there's no coming back from this.
Huh?
Like the season, nobody else
Yeah,
picked it
it's
up.
done.
So
Nobody-
far, no.
Okay.
CW's like,
But
nah, we
wait,
full
wait,
over
can we
here.
talk about the phenomenon of other like channels picking up canceled shows from other ones? Because it really, the only one that I remember starting out with was like Family Guy. It got canceled, then it got picked up by Cartoon Network.
Because
Remember that?
before
No. Well, the syndication went on to Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
And then it got re-picked up.
And Fox brought it back.
TBS.
Yeah.
no, somebody else picked it up.
No, I think
Fox.
yeah.
Yeah, you did right. Fox
Fox brought
brought
it
it back.
So
yeah.
what was the first show that you could think of that actually went to another station?
It was harder back in the days because
Because you know this has been
I
so
know-
back
I know
in the
what
day
happens with
the
Family
stations
Matters.
owned the shows.
Yeah.
So the stations wouldn't release it. As we fast forward to now, the production companies own the show. So if they lose a deal with like, hey, we're
That's why
canceling your
that's
show,
So it just swaps out.
somebody else could be like, hey, we'll take you. Like, word, we're going with this guy.
we got
Yeah.
season 5.
So
continues,
now,
right?
yeah. So perfect example, Fox didn't want to continue American Idol. ABC was like, you know what, we need a slot.
Boom,
you guys
we'll
get
take it.
decent ratings, we'll take it. And then there they go again.
Boom.
So it's different because before it was the show, the CBS or ABC, Fox, they would buy the rights to the show and the production company. So like they held on to everything. Everybody else got kicked out. Goodbye. Show's over. We keep everything. Nowadays, you can do a contract where like let's say, for example, we make a production company called Tech Eyes. Boom. We develop the shows. The shows stay with us,
Right.
but we cut a deal with them to produce the shows for them.
Oh, okay,
And
gotcha.
if that deal ends, we can take the show because it's still our rights and
We
produce it
just go somewhere else.
So that's why
that's-
before the contracts were made like this, today they are. So it's flexible to take your shit.
That's
pack your
why.
shit up and go
That's
somewhere
why
else.
that's able to
Yeah,
do
'cause I know
that.
the-
That answers that question because that was something that was like I
has
had
to
a
do with
I had a
legalities.
feeling it was a production thing.
Yeah.
it's always a
And I
production.
guess I was right.
Yeah.
That answers that question that I had in my mind. I mean, I'm glad that
Flexibility is there.
right.
Right.
Like because what it would do is like it'll give you the kind of scenario where like let's say you have a show that runs for let's say 4 seasons and there's a nice fan base, but all of a sudden it gets canceled without having a proper ending to the show.
Yep.
Another channel could pick it up and say, you know what, we'll give you one more season to end it properly, and we could have your fans come to us.
Perfect example. Arrested Development.
Yeah.
It was supposed to come to Netflix to end, and
Right.
it's just coming to Netflix to continue.
Right.
Because Netflix is like, yo, you're still getting good ratings. Let's just keep going with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's
So,
all-
And they do it at their own pace because everybody else is busy making movies, and when they're not, they get together.
Yeah.
And move on.
and
Yeah,
that's
they
it.
got
So-
season 5, everything.
Yeah, exactly.
So there you go.
But I do like that.
Because
The
they
fact,
like-
the fact that it's able to give shows that previously did not have the opportunity to close out
yes.
the
Yeah.
storyline.
To say goodbye.
They actually did that with Family Matters.
Did they?
It went to CBS the last 2 seasons, and they got.
There you go.
I didn't watch it after a while. Like my wife went like it's on Hulu, so she went like she probably saw a few shows.
was
She
like,
went and
wow.
watched the whole thing. She's like, "Yo, it got bad after a while."
There you go.
Because again, sometimes you lose team members because the show gets canceled, so somebody else picks up a writer.
Yeah,
And you get to
yeah.
replace a writer, but then it's the same chemistry is not there.
Right.
It's like it's not just the acting. Some of the best chemistry comes from the writing team. So
Oh, yeah,
that's
the
why
writing
Saturday
rooms.
Night Live for a long time had some of the best writers because it was the writers were the actors.
One of
So
the
they-
one of
they,
the classic
you know,
writing rooms
greatest minds.
was the early seasons of The Simpsons writing room.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It was actually, if you look at them, it's insane. Like Conan O'Brien was one of the big ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then on there, like a
moderator.
lot of them, they become big. Like
I'm wrong, yeah.
perfect example, Childish Gambino. He started out actually doing for
30 Rock.
30 Rock.
Yeah,
Yeah,
writing.
he did writing for the 30 Rock. He's actually in a couple episodes as a page or PA on the set. From there, he went on to the Community, where he continued writing and acting it. And then, so like he went from there, became a face, and then just grew from there. And now he writes and directs and acts
everything
in Atlanta.
Smell
and
a
shows
segue
and stuff. So
Smell a segue coming up.
oh no real segue. Like everything pretty much on the tech side, but we do have a lot of stuff that happened this week.
There's one segue.
There's a segue in there, like, yo, go
segue. Go for it.
This is kind of the closing because we're gonna end with some of the tragedy that's happened this week. On a lot
Which
higher.
one? There's been
So it started
several.
with a bus crash in New Jersey here in our home state, where kids on a school trip to, just on a field trip, ended up getting into an accident. A teacher died, a student died, and 40 other students were in critical condition to a certain extent.
Yeah, that's.
If you see, I mean, pictures are online.
It's
if you
bad.
see it, the bus literally came off its axis.
Yeah.
Like the whole frame of the bus
Came
is
off.
on the floor, and the rest of the bus is against the guardrails. Nobody really knows what happened.
Yeah, I was just about to ask. Like,
But the speculation is that the bus driver missed the exit to the Waterloo Village kind of recreation area, and so it tried to do a U-turn at one of those emergency over where the cops or EMTs kind of go. Except this one didn't have a shoulder, so he had and it's a bus, so you had to literally almost come to a dead stop for a bus to take that turn. He didn't have his flashers on or anything indicating that he was slowing down. So behind him was an actual dump truck, and if you know anything about dump trucks, when they're fully loaded, they don't break either.
Nope.
They need like.
So that's weight. That's massive weight.
So
rolling.
when he saw he break, he tried to break as best as possible, but could not stop in time, and then crashing into the bus, set it in. That's early speculation.
Yeah, because
but
like
if you look for the
people
pictures,
people were ejected from.
yes.
Like,
If you look for the pictures, though, that seems to be exactly what happened. So that was the first tragedy, following another set of tragedy where a plane crashed in Cuba with 104 passengers.
104.
Oh, I didn't hear about
Yeah.
Only
it was a Boeing
three survived.
737.
Yes, old, like made back in the 50s or 60s or some shit.
Yeah,
like that.
it was an old 737. They don't know exactly what happened or what the
Because
speculation.
it was
Like
going
buddy.
from one
Find out
end of the
soon.
island to the other end, and Cuba's small.
Yeah, it's not big.
It's not that
it.
big.
In their perspective, yeah.
And then so that means the plane was in the air for too long, maybe 30 minutes or less.
Less, way
So
yeah, it's like going fucking Jersey to Boston. It's like
yeah,
30
so
minutes
like you're
flight.
not really. So they're trying to figure out what happened. 3 survivors, all in critical condition, but the rest they haven't announced who the exact survivors are. But there are 3 people found alive. Everybody else is either burnt or disintegrated or made. And then the school shooting again. This one happened in Texas.
Yeah.
A kid took his dad's shotgun and pistol. Also liked to wear a trench coat. Walked into his high school. I think there was an accomplice with him or not. I'm not sure.
They're not sure yet.
They're not sure yet. And he ended up shooting up his high school.
Yeah, right
killing
now
10
they're saying
students,
right now it's
and
10 and 10. 10,
Yes.
10 killed, 10 injured.
At one point, an officer got shot. He took a shot from the actual suspect. And at one point, something mentioned about explosive devices or a backpack. So nothing has been confirmed if there was actually an explosive device or not. If there was, this would make it. I mean, not that other cases like this haven't been considered domestic terrorism, but if there was actually a pipe bomb or something else, that would actually literally make it domestic terrorism.
Yeah.
On
Well,
a
on
higher
top of
level.
the shooting.
Yeah, which would bring this charge probably to like treason or even death, which is
Well, right now it looks like they charged him with capital murder.
capital.
So
in Texas, you're gonna hung. You're hanging in
Yeah,
Texas.
yeah, it's
which means
You're
Texas,
swinging
yeah.
in Texas.
but that's the
it.
thing. They're by the fact that they're charging him with capital murder, they're basically making the intent known, like we're gonna seek the death penalty.
Yeah, you're gonna
Yeah.
swing. You're swinging in Texas,
Yeah,
and they
that-
still like to do the noose out there. So
There you go.
Well, I mean, shit, they found somebody hanging from Walmart not too long ago.
Yeah, shit gets gangster over there, bro.
So Texas, they do things. Old school
Yeah,
kinda.
so I mean, it sucks that we do have to end it like that, but you know what? That's what the news is. We got to talk about it. It does suck.
So this is gonna be a 60-second rant. I'm kind of. You guys didn't see the parody, but we're gonna end on "This Is America"
There you go.
parody
Fucking
video.
guy, yeah.
You should have ended it like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
you
we
know
are
what?
ending it like that. I am ending
You
it
know
like
what?
that.
You know
so
what?
you guys each.
Okay,
you
wait,
guys-
wait,
let me just set this up for everybody else. So everybody's seeing "This Is America." Challenge Gambino, the video,
Which we talked about last week,
Yeah, we
which was
praised it
absolutely
last
amazing.
If you haven't seen the episode, go back and check it out. I'm not gonna give her the name or the time, but there's a female on
Doesn't
YouTube
matter.
who is a strong feminist who decided to make a feminist kind of parody video of his video. I saw it. I really only stopped watching after a minute because I really, literally, I'm not even joking, I felt like punching my monitor just to stop the video from playing. So,
Bad,
to say the least, it was pretty bad. She got her shit reamed on social media. So, for those who have seen it, you know what I'm talking about. What are you, I mean, I know parody videos are fun and all, but some videos, some things are just meant not to be taken out of context, to be left, especially only a week after coming out.
Yeah.
Like, I understand if it came back
There's
a year later.
There's some pieces of art that just needs to not be touched. And I think that This Is America video is something that just shouldn't be touched. Yeah. It really has become a cultural phenomenon. Big shout out to Childish Gambino. That was his first #1 hit ever.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember, he's not a big mainstream. He's a big cult.
No,
follower.
I know. I thought maybe.
12.
Number 12.
Okay, I thought
yeah.
Redbone was
Nope,
it, but yeah.
number 12. This is his first #1.
And Repo was big. I love
Yeah,
that
that's
song.
what I was like.
Yeah,
I was
but
like, really?
but see, yeah, that's the thing. It was his first
and then he
#1.
was solo. He
But-
saved solo.
Right.
Yeah.
But see, but that's the thing. It's like, listen, it's like some pieces of art should only be by itself. If you try to parody it, you're really watering down what that message said, and that's the problem that I have with it. You just told me about it. I didn't see it. I don't need to see it. Just because I feel the art piece that was created on that is standalone, and you shouldn't even try.
Like, don't fuck with it,
Yeah, like that's why I'm like, I'm not even gonna make an effort to support. Like
Yeah.
you said, I'm not gonna get the YouTuber's name. It's not worth it.
Worth it.
Because what Childish Gambino did was make a visual statement of what is going on in this country, and he did it in such a well done way that nobody could deny it. So I personally, I'm not a fan of. Listen, do this. I'm not a fan of somebody saying I'm gonna make a parody of it. You don't parody something like that. You know what I mean? That's
At
my
least
opinion.
if you're gonna do it, at least do it well. It sounded like
Yeah,
it wasn't.
she
It sounded like it
does,
wasn't done well
it
at
just-
all.
No, it was just her saying things about the women and feminism, and apparently a lot of feminists did not agree with her video to begin with.
There you go.
So she got shit from feminists too. So
Yeah, and it's not like we're not anti-feminism.
No.
I'm very pro.
Yeah, that's the other
but-
thing. It's like it's not.
Yeah,
We're not saying that we're anti anything. What we're saying
Well,
is what I personally am saying is like, listen, you know what? Everyone's entitled to their beliefs. That's fine. But my belief is that that's a piece of art that shouldn't be touched with, and you gotta respect that, just like I also respect your choices.
and even if like everybody says, well, art could be interpreted differently, you're right. But give it time. Like, don't do it like a week after.
Yeah,
Don't
that too.
like if you want to do it, do it like 6 months or a year after you won the Grammy for it, then you come out with
Trying
your
to ride the
parody.
wave.
Yeah, don't ride the wave and take his momentum away from when he's trying to the message he's trying to put out there.
You ain't
Yeah,
gonna ride his wave.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's pretty much it.
Yeah, so that's it. Anybody
That's
else got
it.
anything else?
I'm wrapped.
off
I
your
think we're
chest?
good. I think
All
we're
right.
wrapped.
I guess we're done, guys. Thank you very much for tuning into the Tech Guy Some Guy podcast. My name is Carlos.
Rod.
Omar.
And I guess, guys, we'll talk to y'all next week.
Also, let us know if you like the setup or if you like it the other way.
Yeah, let us know. We tried this one. See how it goes.
We did
Guys,
this for you.
talk to y'all later. Peace.
Later.
Peace.